What is going on, everybody? Relapse here, bringing you commentary over a very nice Windrunner game that I had. Team comp, my team was pretty good. Player skill level it varied. I tried to give help as much as I could, but the majority of the time you get ridiculed for something like that. Right in the beginning, I don't know, our team kind of picked before they did, so that's not always the best case. You kind of want to watch and see what their picks are. But went ahead and grabbed Windrunner. She's arguably my favorite hero, probably tied up there with Invoker. Her utility is just great. She can support. As I will show you this game, she can carry. It's funny, we had a Razor say in team chat. He says,
30 seconds.
"Oh great, we have no hard carries," and I said, "Oh, don't worry, I'll carry with Windrunner," and he goes, "Oh, wonderful." So that was actually pretty funny. So we'll get this started. I'll speed it up through the wait period here a little bit. So we had pretty good lanes. Our Doom went middle. I don't know if that's typical. I haven't seen too many Dooms middle. When I play Doom, I don't necessarily like going middle, but what do I know? I'm a pretty big fan of Jungle Doom, and coming out of the jungle around level 6, using that ult to get some kills. But I got paired up with Witch Doctor, and as you'll see as the game goes on, Witch Doctor doesn't actually level his stun, he levels his Maledict first, which is an interesting choice. Oh, that's his Voodoo Restoration, but he does end up leveling Maledict. So, I actually had no idea there was a Kunkka standing here. I just kind of, oh, there he goes. Sort of appeared, freaked me out a little bit, but I'm not too good with Windrunner last hitting early on, and it didn't help that Witch Doctor was kind of taking some of the last hits and attacking the creeps, which was really confusing me. It's not keeping track of my... There we go. And yeah, so I was trying to do it all. Game starts out a little slow from what I remember. I had this game played a couple days ago. I haven't had time to do a commentary over it, and I've been trying to mess with my settings for XSplit. I've been having trouble with that white flickering on the screen and then the mic, so just bear with me. My buddy got a Blue Yeti mic that I'm hoping he's going to let me use when I do commentaries. We're doing a podcast over the summer, so I don't see why he wouldn't let me use it. Getting some good harass here, the best I can. Actually, I'm getting really good harass. Keeping the lane on our side. Couldn't get Witch Doctor to pull or anything. It was like me pulling teeth. But he ends up playing fairly well towards the end of the game. And like I said, I struggle last hitting with Windrunner early game. I only have 4. You'll have to look up here. For some reason it's not... Oh, there, now it's showing down there. I don't know what's going on with this thing. But, got Pudge hooks early on, so I get a stun. I can't tell if he hit him with his Maledict or not, but I knew that there was probably something coming, so I decided to back off. I wasn't going to kill him. Just pushing him back was good enough, in my opinion. Kept first blood away from them. I can't remember if we end up getting first blood or if they... Oh, well, there you go. Faceless Void on the other team actually had a pretty good start. So the fact that we were able to come back and I was able to carry against a nicely farmed Faceless Void is pretty impressive, I think. Let's see if Witch Doctor has a level in his stun yet. No. I don't quite understand. There I tried to stun the creep and latch on to Kunkka, it looks like, but not very successful. So at least he's keeping up good harass by standing in those trees. You see a lot of people do that, just kind of hang back there and just come out and attack and don't come out for any other reason. So usually I don't do that. Usually I don't pick up another set of tangos, but since I was carrying, I wanted to try to stay in lane as much as I could. And at this point I knew we were getting pretty close to the tower, so I wanted to kind of push our creeps forward, so I did a little bit of just constant attacking on the dire creeps. Which is always nicer to be closer to your tower, but you don't want... It's a lot harder, especially with an intelligence hero who doesn't have... She has decent base attack, I guess. But I wanted to keep the creeps out from under the tower. It was going to be quite difficult to last hit under our tower. So got some more tangos, got my null talisman. I actually thought about going Dagoon this game, but I decided against it once I kind of got a decent start. They got some pretty squishy heroes in Void and Lena, so I knew who my targets were going to be at the start of the game, especially once Void started to get some farm. Maybe we got somebody calling good game already, which is actually pretty funny. But I knew once Void started getting some kills, I knew I was going to have to make sure he was a focus of mine. I kind of sat on my mana quite a bit this early laning phase. I don't recommend it. If you can get some harass in, do it. There's no sense in just hoarding your mana. I can't remember if I got a Sobi mask at any point. Sorry, I'm a little tired. But I asked Razor here. He was talking in team chat. I asked him what he was doing. And he goes, "I want to kill, but you guys suck," or something like that. And I'm pretty sure he's got the first 2 deaths on the team. Yeah, he's 0-2. Faceless got another kill. So it was kind of frustrating all around. Oh no, Faceless died there, which is good. But it's just kind of frustrating all around because they had such a good start and everybody was complaining. Now when I go carry with Windrunner, I go phase boots. You get that extra... Windrunner is all about positioning, so you want to catch up to make sure you get a decent shackle. So you need to get him up against a tree or another hero or creep. So you want to have that extra push, or in this case a phase, to get lined up. So I also pick up phase staff this game, I believe. I really like phase staff. I'm sorry, force staff on just about every hero. The utility of it's really good. So now that I got the blades of attack, it's a lot easier for me to get some last hit creep kills. So it didn't help that I felt like I was fighting with Witch Doctor from time to time over getting the creep kills. So I asked him to get at least 1 level in stun, so he did that. He got Maledict, but I don't feel like he's landed one yet. I can't remember how I saw. I think I caught the ward. The ward caught him, but we backed off, and then I think I noticed Pudge was in mid. That's what I was really worried about, was the Pudge. So purple was legit this game. Tidehunter did really well. Actually ended up being 4 versus 5 towards the end, and I want to say Witch Doctor controlled Doom and just straight did work with him. So he was playing 2 heroes, and I don't know, he must be good at microing, but he was just able to play Doom really well. And I play the Witch Doctor. Oh man. Quit yawning. So at this point I just kind of wanted to push the lane, and see, he was doing stuff like that was pretty frustrating, but I kind of wanted to push the lane at this point. I was definitely ready to take the tower so I can start roaming. So just trying to get a little harass in. I didn't hit him with that, so it's kind of a poor shot, but if he's going to stand there, I'm going to take some shots at him. Usually with Windrunner, she's really good at ganking, so you want to do that early on. But since I was trying to carry, I wanted to stay in lane and get as much farm as I can. And I'm second on the charts right now, which is pretty good for a Windrunner. Like when I typically play Windrunner, I don't farm a lane, like I said, I'm running around just trying to do what I can for the team. And it's about 50-50 on how much I play carry and support. I really like carry Windrunner a lot better. It's a lot more fun. But, you know, I had mentioned before in one of my other videos that you got to do what you got to do to win the game. And if that's support or sitting back and protecting your racks while the rest of your team pushes, you know, it's not very fun. But sometimes you just got to do it. Especially when you get a nice defensive hero. But like I said, the thing I really like about Windrunner is her utility. And I should have died here. There's no doubt about it. I ran myself back into those trees, which was really dumb. And I don't know, Lena just kind of ulted and then panicked. All she had to do was ult and then hit me with whatever that. Oh, maybe she was out of mana, but still, it should have been quite an easy kill for her. One more auto attack and I was dead. No, I guess I was Windrunner. I don't know. I feel like I should have died. So they finally decide to gank after I run back, which, you know, it is what it is. But let's look at the kills and deaths here. Yeah, Void's 1-1, but he's got 3 assists. Our just pro Razor is calling good game, and I tried to give him some tips. Now, you want to keep this in mind as you're playing. If you have a bad game, there's no reason that you should have a bad or you have a bad start. There's no reason you should have a bad finish too. If you have a bad start, stay in the back. I literally told him to come in late and clean up kills. Razor's such a good hero with that static link, and especially since they have a Kunkka and a Void who can really start to hit hard towards late game. I told him literally stay back, come in, clean up kills. I said, I don't care if you steal mine, just don't be dumb. So here he kind of got the right idea. Unfortunately, I didn't have much to do as far as a shackle goes, but we kind of pushed him out of lane a little bit. His build was very bad. He went a lot of attack early, which is not good. You want to get some health and some sustainability with Razor. So I had a really good shackle there. I managed. I wasn't planning on catching the Pudge, but it just kind of happened that way. So unfortunately, I kind of feel like I stole that kill a little bit from Doom, but it ended up working out. I kind of started steamrolling from that point on. It's not updating in the bottom right corner. It's kind of frustrating, but I got the first kill, or my first kill, I suppose, and just kind of ran with it from there. And I don't know why people run in between attacks, but I see the pros do it, so it must be good. So if somebody can fill me in on why, that'd be kind of cool. But Windrunner, max your power shot first, especially if you're going carry. It does pretty good damage. That was a really good ult. It does really good damage to... now, I remember this play. I thought for sure they were going to die. Somehow they managed to get themselves away. But at this point, I knew I was going for staff. That was kind of a brave move. Pudge ended up backing off, which is good, because he could have easily turned and killed me. But clean up the what's-his-face, Kunkka there, and decided to back away because I didn't want Pudge to get hooked. And there wasn't a whole lot I could do. You can't really solo anybody down at this point in the game. But decided to just back off.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So I got the Ring of Regen and the Staff Wizardry, so I'm picking up the 4 staff. And you gotta like the Staff of Wizardry at this point. It gets you a lot of good auto attack, which again is gonna help you farm, which is what you want to do. So I'm up there in last hits. It's pretty good for a Windrunner. Top 2. I mean, it's hard to beat a Doom who's can essentially just nuke down a creep. I never tried. He didn't go Hands of Midas. Typically, that's a. Oh, I bait this hook really nice. I knew it was coming. I knew. I think I did. Yeah, I knew he was trying to. He was making it way too obvious. If you're gonna play Pudge, don't sell your hooks. It's just a waste of mana. And Pudge was actually decent on the other team. He had some really nice hooks, especially late game. There's one I remember where I thought for sure I was going to get away. And he just ended up snagging me through the trees. It was pretty dirty. But I decided to come top. I didn't want to lose any more towers, or lose a tower. I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at the shop, so I kind of panicked here. And unfortunately wasted some mana using that wind run. I apparently didn't give any fucks about Tide going in, but he ulted and I picked up a nice easy kill. Can't remember if I get him here or not. I think he ends up getting away. I leveled up the shackle, which really hurt, and pretty close on the power shot. It was a blind shot into the fog, so. But knowing my luck, he would have backtracked it if I hit him anyway. But you really don't want to do what I just did there. Stick around in the jungle with creeps following you, giving away your position. If you could see, Pudge was on his way up, and I can't take on a Pudge with no health, or I mean no mana. So he would have got me for sure. But I decided to go back to the base just so I can collect up my 4 staff. If you see this game, I'm buying TPs left and right. I always have one with me, and it's a good idea for a couple reasons. You can TP in to defend a tower. If your teammate's getting dove at a tower, you can TP in. I was thoroughly amazed by this right here. This Doom just went ham and cheese on these creeps with a tornado. It was awesome. I had no idea that you could do something like this. It's funny, Razor was like, it's pretty common in online guides. Well, judging by Razor's, let's look at the kill death stats, 0-4, I said, I'm doing just fine without looking at any guides. And to take guide advice from him, or to take kind of play advice from him, I really didn't find it necessary. But, I don't know, we got the Void pass me up and farm, which is okay. I've got 3 kills. I feel like Windrunner is gonna benefit more from getting kills than sitting in a lane and farming, and the team's gonna benefit more overall as well. Now I didn't pick up Windrunner's ult. I think that maxing out your other skills are gonna be a little bit more beneficial at this point of the game. I think I do pick it up. Usually, if I'm going support, I won't even pick it up until the last 3. I'll get all the stats and whatnot first. So I decided to wait. Not entirely sure what this Void was doing, but he just got destroyed. Oh, he got hooked out. I didn't remember that. But Omni gives his life. Another good shackle here, I think. No. Apparently I just wanted some auto attack. So I 4-staffed myself away there. That's a good play. You need those reflexes. And came back up here with kind of a KS power shot for the triple kill. Which, if I'm going to be the carry, I need the kills anyhow. And luckily, Kunkka should have killed me there, but he did not time his, whatever that's called, torrent, the water spout thing very well. I decided to run from there. Lena could have ulted me and probably killed me. And tried to come back in and grab that kill, but he, I see I dodged the boat there too. So I don't know, that 4-staff's got a lot of use into it, setting yourself up for plays or dodging plays, but I really wanted, what's his face to come with me, Razor, but apparently he gave no fucks about kills or doing anything until the last 10 minutes of the game. he had no health. And that was his problem. I kept telling him, dude, get health, dude, get health. No way, man, that's not how you play. Alright, dude. Don't listen to the dude who's 6-0. Do your own thing. But it was funny because he did not want me to carry his Windrunner. And then I showed him how to do it. But I pick up Maelstrom Weapon first. That's pretty common first item for me to go with just about any hero. I didn't have enough to buy a TP scroll. I'm sure I'll grab one soon after.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
But with Force Staff and a TP scroll is good too, because if somebody with melee starts beating on you, if you Force Staff and TP right away, you're not guaranteed to get away, obviously, but you create some separation and some time to get that away, or to get yourself away. But constantly trying to keep the lane in our favor. It's still a little early to worry about pushing, but my whole team was coming up here, so I wanted to try to grab some more last hits before they made it. And I was pretty happy with his Doom. He was doing some serious work till he DC'd and didn't come back. But for whatever reason, we didn't get an abandonment, which is good because the game stats still counted. But they stacked a camp for us, which was very nice of them. And apparently I was epically blind and gave no fucks about pink. Just kind of running into our team. But I can't remember what we decided to do at this point. Razor being past the tower, he probably got hooked, but then again, good players anticipate hooks too. So I don't even know.
With gratitude.
At least we had somebody laying wards. That's not very common in pub games. But yeah, you got a couple of range creeps. I think 2 is probably the limit. After 2, 1 power shot won't kill them both, but it'll kill 2 of them. I remember Doom, he was pretty aggressive this game, so was Tide. And it doesn't always work out in your benefit, but it did in this case. So, and I can't remember. Yeah, I pushed Doom away. It was better that he not died in that case. So we had it. That was a pretty good team fight. I didn't foresee that happening, just because Tide just kind of ran into all 5 of them. There's probably no reason why he should have got a stun off. Lena could have stunned him. Pudge could have ulted him. So I don't know. There's no reason why he should have been able to get that off, but he did, and it ended up being a win for us. Got my Maelstrom weapon, picked up my ult. It was actually, I just grabbed it for convenience there because I wanted the tower, but ended up using it quite a bit this game. I don't really use the ult much during a carry, but I think I picked up Scepter, which just does straight work with the ult if you have some orb effect like Maelstrom weapon. I think I upped it to Molnar, but I don't think it was the first thing I upped. Or next skill I got or whatever. But good shackle here. Let my team at Maledict was a good play just because of the timing, so we ended up getting the kill. But I Force Staffed out of the Wave's ult, and I should have backed, but I got a little greedy there. I thought I could possibly get the kill, but I had a nice Force Staff away from his ult. Just got a little cocky afterwards. Yeah, use that Force Staff. I'm telling you what. Nice item to have, especially if you're a squishy hero who needs positioning more than anything else, like Windrunner. I should be a target for their whole team, but I'm able to get away too much with some defensive shackles and Windrunner and Force Staff. How many times did I say get Force Staff now?
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
So here we go, no health, under 1,000, 24 minutes into the game. People are starting to hit too hard for a hero to be that low health. He's up there at the last hits and denies. Void's caking all of us, but I don't know. He almost seemed like a non-factor after the game got going for a little bit, which doesn't always happen. Usually with a Void getting some decent farm, let's kind of check out his items here. Usually getting decent farm kind of takes care of everything. I don't suggest getting Mask of Madness first. You need to get a farm item, either Hands of Midas or Battle Fury. I typically go Battle Fury and then Mask of Madness if I decide to get Mask of Madness, and I just could not hit that creep. And here, I just got a little frustrated, even though it worked out. I think Razor just kind of rushes into him, if I remember correctly. No? Maybe it was a different time. But he just didn't... It was like he was playing his own game. He finally got a Desolator, which is going to help him out, but he needs that health. And I think he goes for a Yasha after the Desolator, so he doesn't learn his lesson. I was trying to help him out, give him tips and stuff, but he just didn't want anything to do with me. So I actually saw the turret and decided to just kind of scout up there a little bit. It's like a pretty intense team fight. We split off. I decided to come over here just because Razor was getting pooped on. I wanted to save him, but wasn't able to. I wasn't too disappointed about it. He's not exactly the prime focus of me right now. So I knew we weren't going to be able to push up, so I just kind of came back and tried to get some farm. Looks like I'm going for the blue staff next, which I got a little damage with the Maelstrom weapon, and then blue staff is a good choice, I feel. I don't know what compelled me to get it. Like I said, I usually don't pick it up on Windrunner. Just think there's more damage, cost-effective damage items that I can get. Now, I said I've been kind of giving Razor a hard time, this commentary about his health. I only have 1100, but I've got so much movement around the map in my Windrunner and my Force Staff that if my positioning's okay, which it was this game, then I should have no trouble surviving. So I went ahead, stacked the creeps. I left him for Doom. I don't know if he ended up coming over and getting him or not. I can't remember. Yeah, I pinged for Doom. So I think a Doom late game's a little better than Windrunner late game, but I just was able to storm roll into so many good items that it didn't really matter. So this is my first time doing a commentary and doing the voice. And oh, this was really funny. I guess they saw him, but he just stood there, and I don't know why he waited so long to leave. But I just remember, like, dude, what are you doing? But he's like, oh, this is all me. But I don't know, it was pretty funny. This is my first time doing, usually I do the video and my voice separate, but I decided to try it out, see if I can skip a step in the process. So we'll see how it goes. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to upload the clip tonight. It depends if I can upload it. It's going to stay uploading while the computer's asleep. But anyway, back to the game. That was a pretty nice shackle. I thought we were going to back. I decided to save Tide. I was really, really worried that Lina was kind of going to get a stun and an easy kill on me. But I kind of turned it into a nice win. I got a little aggressive here, and it could have easily led to me dying. Not sure why Lina decided to do that, but she was anticipating that I would go up top, I suppose. But here I just kind of played around with the high ground a little bit, and then just set my illusions to attack. Getting pretty close to the blue staff. I should have probably got rid of the null talisman and just picked up the point booster at that time, but
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
a little late on the pull there. But I just decided not to. I'm pretty scared of these rock golems. They hit too hard for me. And I don't do nearly enough damage to kill them. I don't know if I sit here and farm the whole camp or not. It's going to take a while. Yeah, I think I just... Oh, no.
Dire's bottom tower is
Kept
under
at it.
attack.
This is pretty exhilarating, I know. Just kind of need a tank. So my team's fighting, and I'm over here fucking around with the camp. That's a really good play there, Relapse. And then finally, Doom came and cleaned everything up. So I actually think I got the majority of them there, which is fine. I already had 9 kills at that time, and I had the most in the game, and I'm just starting to roll.
Regeneration.
But the thing with Windrunner, if you're going to play her carry, you cannot die. If you die, you're going to just be behind too much because she needs some good items. She scales best with items, not level. So you need to stay alive, and you know, I'd say a couple deaths in the beginning, and I would plan on just being a support. So again, dodged a boat, pushed myself up to get a good stun, let it shackle for a second, and then get a do I die here? It's gonna be bad if I die here. Wow. Am I gonna get away? No, Void's gonna catch me. Yeah, Void's gonna catch me. I tried to like juke out, but that was just untimely by Void. I would have for sure got away if Void didn't come in right there, but I guess I should have anticipated it since we were fighting. But like I was saying, you know, 3 early deaths, 2-3 early deaths, and it's gonna be really tough to become a farm, become a Void that's going to do well enough to bring the game back. But that was a very poor choice of wow, Razor to steal Omni's health and not the Void's, or attack, not the Void's attack. Void's their damage to her. So at least Lena's getting all the kills. Lena's up there. She's up to 9 now with me. So is Pudge. But what kept Razor in this game? He had decent farm. I don't want to say good farm, but it was decent. All in all, I'd have to put it on the reason we won was the supports. Tide had some really clutch ults. Witch Doctor certainly turned it around later on. He had a really bad start, but he brought it around. So just kind of pushing away from towers. Nice thing about Blue Staff, it's going to give me some more health. So I gathered up my weapons, the 2 components that I don't have, sent it up to the shop to pick up the point booster while I grab some farm here. Yeah, their Void, I mean, he had good items. Like, he had Butterfly. I don't think it's not much of a point to get Butterfly and Mask of Madness. At that point, I would sell Mask of Madness. I don't know, with when I play my Void, I don't... Sometimes I get Mask of Madness. Typically, I just go straight for Mjolnir. Gives you a lot of damage and attack speed. And then you just get crit and go ham and cheese. Not just ham and cheese. So, Razor off by himself again. I'm surprised he didn't die there. I don't remember at what point he started to turn around, but I think he ended up finishing positive, and he's 2-9 right now. So he definitely started to get some kills towards the end. But was much more comfortable sticking with Doombringer. He was a pretty competent player. This is pretty funny. I 4-staffed. I really wanted to kill a courier. And then we got a stun and a doom, so that's pretty easy kill on Omni. If you can get him doomed, he's a dead Omni. So here, I don't know what made him stop. I think Doom level deathed him, which has a low mini stun. And then I power shotted. I was making sure I got that kill. And I'm glad I started taking kills away from Doom since he ended up disconnecting and leaving. He had some pretty legit items. He had some good farm. So it was a good choice by me in the end to kind of take over the game. Actually, in the middle game is when I really started to take over, but just keep it score. So I got a little brave here, kind of playing around, but team's coming up. I wanted to clean up on Void, but he trapped Kunkka there for me, which was really nice of him. I should have lined up and had a good shackle there, but it was I don't know. I just must not have noticed the opportunity. So Razor grabbed 2 kills there, just bringing him back around. So I wanted vision up the ledge because I wanted to see Pudge, and it actually probably saved one of our partners from getting hooked, which it didn't matter. Nobody was going to die there anyway. Good shackle there and a nice cleanup. So Kunk on the other team, we're gonna, when Doombringer disconnects, we pause the game for a while, and Kunk on the other team was talking about how I must play Windrunner all the time because I'm really good with her. But I mean, I play her a lot. She's got my second most gameplays, and I don't know. It's just when we need a clutch hero, we need a clutch pick, I just go Windrunner. She's got too much utility. So at this point, I decided that since the game's getting a little later on, I need a little bit more, just a little bit more survivability. It's going to be nice against Kunkka's X mark the spot and Pudge's ult. I go ahead and grab Lincoln. I want to start at this point getting more aggressive since I'm getting the item build, so that Lincoln's going to help me do that. So I try to concentrate a little bit more on farm, kind of while the game's at a standstill. People are just defending towers or whatever. Yellow's all the way up in their base, so we'll see what happens. None of us are really rushing up to give him a helping hand at all. I know I'm not, but looks like I try to come up and make a play, but everybody kind of backs off, and we don't really get the opportunity to engage. Which, if you can get a Witch Doctor behind people, that's a really good spot to make a play, especially if he's running around invis. But my Pudge is running around in the trees over there. Yeah, it's got to be coming up, the nice hook he had. We had a team fight, and after the team fight, I kind of went in and cleaned up, and then as I'm running away, he snags me, and I just remember going, ah, shit. I even sent him I said an all. I was like, dude, that was a nice hook. I was like, I did not see that coming at all. But I waited for him to ult, and then I cast the stun. But I pushed away. I don't know, did I get Void ulted? Did he have his ult? Wow, he just didn't want to use it. But it allows me to get away. I'm not going to complain. Picked up the ultimate orb. Or sphere, or whatever the hell it's called. Ultimate orb. And it's back to farming, I guess. It's easy to farm. I probably shouldn't have done this commentary. I'm too tired. This probably sounds terrible, but whatever. I feel like Void has the items to start rolling in this game, but he's just not taking advantage of his teammates, I guess. He's 1-4. I mean, he's dying too much for a Void. It's not like he's feeding or anything. But I play a pretty good Void. I had this sickest chrono I've ever had. Like, there was a whole team fight, and somehow it was pure luck, because I hit it and I trapped 4 people on their team and not a single one of ours, and everybody was just running around everywhere. So that was nice. It really let us set up and kind of get a kill. Me and Razor doing the jig in here. That's pretty legit. I was a little frustrated at purple too. He just kind of gets too deep sometimes. Like, he has some good ults, but nothing I can do to save him. I had a good shackle, but I was a little upset that I got caught in that whatever that thing is, his ult, but I was able to pull away and pick up the kill. That was a pretty nice play. That was the play right there. That hook, I did not see it coming. I was giving him some love for that. I suppose it wasn't too difficult of a hook. I just wasn't ready for it and was not expecting it at all. But we got tanky as a motherfucker. Doom takes all 4 people on their team to bring him down. But again, Void getting crapped on. He needs, I don't know, he was just a poor player. Witch Doctor he didn't support very well. At least intentionally, he was going for kills. Especially with that item build, if you get loathers and I don't know what he was doing here. They just didn't care about him. Lena was apparently terrified. But I don't know if he tried to just scare him off there or something. Oh, I forgot we raxed, so that kind of keeps him pushed up. Makes him having to go back to the base quite often. It's a nice item build on Tidehunter. Hate dying late game, it takes forever to respawn. So yeah, at this point I sell the Null Talisman and pick up the Ultimate Orb. Essentially the Ultimate Orb's just an upgraded either Wraithband, Null Talisman, or Bracer, so it's going to be better off for me in the long run. After I up that skill, I'm not going to have those extra stats that the Null Talisman brought, but at this point in the game, the Null Talisman isn't really providing that much stat anyway. So 14-3, not a bad score for Windrunner, but I don't remember what I finished with this game. It's only about 15 minutes longer, so that was a pretty nice power shot, I will admit. And
Boy, fresh mate.
I at least get one more kill. I think I might even finish 15-4 or something like that, which isn't that well. I mean, it's good, but for 15 minutes left in the game to only get one more kill, it's not something you want to strive for. But I'm trying to get this courier down here. I didn't see what happened, but Pudge was calling him blind, so I guess he's an idiot. I don't know. I love what Witch Doctor. Someone kept canceling my courier. It was frustrating. I love a Witch Doctor trying to get solo kills on a Void who's just gonna blink away. So picked up the Lincoln Sphere. So at this point, I start to play a little bit more aggressive. I get that extra defense and blocking a spell. I really like Lincoln Sphere on Windrunner. I typically get it after I pick up a Scythe of Vice, even if I'm going support. My support build is 4-staff. Sometimes I go mech, depending on team composition. If we've got a lot of squishy heroes, I'll go mech. And how the game starts. If we start off dying quite a bit, I'll pick up a mech. I didn't really see Tidehunter in at that point. I don't know what I was watching or where he came from even, but I know I needed to come up here and try to get a save. But he's playing pretty good. He's getting away and whatnot, so at this point, this is where the Doom disconnects. I'm going to speed it up just because it's a long wait if not. So we waited a good 5 minutes for him. We had a nice conversation about Pudge and whether he's picked in pro games or not. But I kept checking to see if he was getting back on. But there you go. I get the quite good. So that was pretty nice to hear. So la-di-da-da. Okay, we decided to just go. We waited literally 5 minutes. I was not happy. I was calling for a report. But I wasn't going to give up. I figured, you know, we've got a really good chance of winning this game. Pudge is an idiot here. Be a nice, easy kill for me. Not sure what he was doing. But somebody grabbed him and started using him, so I was like, you know what, whatever. I can't really play micro very well. So I think at this point, Razor starts to turn it around. He has to in order for us to win. So I've had hiccups twice today. I feel like I'm about to get him again. If I do, I'm going to cry because I'm 52 minutes into this commentary, and I'm not doing it again, so. But yeah, I don't know. It may have been purple controlling him. I thought it was Witch Doctor, but purple was hanging on to him, pulling him around. At least he's following him around. He was sending him up to get farm. At least he's got a decent item build at this point. Yeah, he's got that Halibred's probably really shut down Void, which was a really nice pickup. I didn't even think to I wouldn't even think to grab that. I don't typically get that item too much, but I'm sure it paid off for him. It was funny because there towards the middle, Doom and I were kind of sticking together, but afterwards, or before he left, we kind of were both able to go off with solo heroes. So you're better off getting solo kills because obviously you get that more experience. But it ended up working out. I was kind of pissed at first that we lost a man, but as you'll see, and you'll see towards the end, that this ended up being a really good gameplay and we were able to come back. It was a very nice scout on the Roche. So I wasn't even sure if we were going to be able to get this kill because of the us being down a guy. So I decided to void walk. The stun and then the ult is really what set it apart. And I wanted to take out Omnis before he ulted. There's the Lincoln paying off. Razor going ham. Yeah, Razor turned it on, which is good. We were able to clean up 3 kills. I can't remember if they actually went after the Roche or not, but what I do remember is we freaking ended up giving it to the Doom, who wasn't even here. We gave Roche to the Doom. I really wish I knew who was controlling him because they just did an amazing job. But we tried. I think they wanted to Roche, but I really wanted to push into their base since we had 3 down. It doesn't look like we're gonna get too much out of it. I wanted to try to get a stun on the Pudge, but I wanted to at least take the tower. I was fully expecting to get hooked, so I kind of dodged it. That stun kind of, I wasn't gonna die, but it sort of saved me. There's the Lincoln again. Didn't learn his lesson. So we kind of we may have stuck around a little too long, but it's hard not to when they had 3 dead. Windrunner came off cooldown just at the right time, so I was able to head over and just pick up the haste rune. and finish running away here. I would have gotten away even if I didn't get the haste rune. It just kind of worked out nice that way. And actually able to clean up on Void here. Oh, at least I thought we were. Maybe not. Maybe we got the Omni. Not the best ult by Witch Doctor, but, you know, it's effective. Overkill maybe a little bit on the Omni there, but I guess kills a kill. Yeah, he's finally turned it around. He got the butterfly, which gave him some dodge, but I still think he should have went like a Sashi Yashi or a Vanguard, and he would have been a lot better off late game. But at least he's got about 1600 health, which is a lot better. I'm pretty tanky for a Windrunner. I wanted to pick up a Monkey King bar, just for Void, since he got his butterfly. And the mini stun would be nice against the channeling they have for Pudge, if it ever came to that. But I don't think it did. I think by the time I rallied it all up, we were able to finish it off at least. So I remember telling everybody to back at this point. We were just kind of sitting there, and we weren't really accomplishing anything. So it just kind of wasn't worth it. No sense in dying there. There's be no benefit to it. But I usually go for my Mjolnir next at this point in the build, but I thought the True Sight would work out a lot better. So actually this is the one time I controlled Doom. He was just kind of sitting in the lane, so I decided to just pull him back. I knew they were going to be coming, so I went ahead and used up my ult. It's a short cooldown if you have Scepter. But we ended up giving it to Doom, which was, I just think it's really funny that we give it to the guy who's not here. And Witch Doctor gets cocky, so we sent Doom in first. Wow, he got out. We sent Doom in first, decided to back off. I picked up the Demon Edge, but I forgot to grab the 2 javelins, so that was a little bit of a fail. So I figured it'd be faster for me just to kind of hang out back here for a little bit. I got some nice attack, and then picking up Monkey King bar really just kind of sets it off. Somebody was using the courier again. See, if you cancel it, you cancel it, but say something. So now I had to wait for it to come all the way back, and so finally Razor picks up Heart, which is was just probably the best pickup he could have had at that point. I would say that, or no, that's probably the best one. So got the Monkey King, move it up to the second slot there. At least I hope I did. Nope. So he's just kind of trolling at this point. Kunkka was okay. He had a couple bad plays, but you know, you're not going to have perfect plays with every hero. So I mean, look at him, he just does no damage whatsoever. So that's a poor Void. Usually if a Void makes it this late with 269 farm, he's going to kill your whole team. At least I do when I'm him and I play that late. I got some pretty solid attack now, so I'm not afraid to take care of some business, you know what I'm saying?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So I just found out, like, I ran my internet speed on my on whatever that myspeed.net or something like that, and it's terrible. Trying to talk my parents into moving, but they're like, it's fine for what we use it for. But I'm starting a full-time job here soon, so I probably won't be playing as much anyway. I've got a few clips saved up to do some commentaries on. But I wanted to, you know, Mega Creeps didn't really notice that the game was over. So pretty good game, 17-3, nice carry, Windrunner. So leave a comment or a like. I got a Juggernaut game that I want to put up here. It was funny. It was a pretty good game. But alright, people, thanks a lot for watching if you made it to this point. And if you ever want any tips, friend me in game. I will be more than happy to help out. Alright, as always, have a good one.